Start recording. Stop recording. Speech off.
Continuing with my theory about it, I found a guide, a curriculum guide about the BNS Braille and Speak products and the BL Braille Lite 40 products. This covers all the thing that I'm talking about. Do I know exactly if it's gonna recognize the year 2000? Probably so. Like I said before, just as long as it recognizes the year 2000, I am okay with it as long, like I said, as long as it recognizes the year 2000. Even if it doesn't, I will keep it. But let's not run into conclusions here. Let's not jump to conclusions until the final product arrives. Now, this thing is possibly a 2000s product. It's not going to be vintage. It's not going to be the old Braille and Speak. There are several versions of the Braille and Speak. There is the original Braille and Speak, also known as the Braille and Speak Classic, the Braille and Speak 1996 version, and no, I am not going to be talking about Bop It, although Bop It was originally released in 1996. This is about a piece of technology here. There's the Braille and Speak 2000, and the Braille and Speak Scholars. There's the older one with Blazy speech, the Blazy voice, the monotone voice, and the one with double talk. Blah. The one with double talk, which is my favorite. It's my favorite, and just because it is, doesn't mean I'm getting it. Besides, me and a person that I know have ran across one, but it was at a school, so we couldn't do anything about it. Now, that doesn't mean that my particular model, if I get it, will have that. By the way, did you know that the rocker switch is backwards? To actually turn it on, you would need to push the switch. Rock it. Push it away from you. To turn it backwards. And yeah. The ports, I don't know. I might be spoiling it. I don't get why people are so lucky sometimes. They end up getting the Braille and Speak Scholar with double talk. And, what I'm thinking about is the Braille and Speak Scholar with a Blazy voice or speech or whatever is a little bit boring, I'd say. But, regardless, it's still going to be the same thing. Although, if I do get this device, I'm not saying I don't want it. Of course I want it. Why else would I mean, it's like the original. The original used that voice. And, I mean, I may not like the way it sounds, but, there's a key word. The Braille and Speak, regardless of what voice it has, what you can do with the voice, and what speech options you have, it doesn't matter. I practically have no choice. Because number one, there was no Braille and Speak Scholar with Double Talk when I worked on eBay. But you never know. eBay has got used and new toys and games and technology. Excuse me. I mean, what, seriously? It really doesn't matter because it just really doesn't. And by the way, the pitch, when turning up and turning down, I mean, when raising and lowering the pitch would get higher after turning it up a couple times. And you may be saying, beyond sight, that's normal. But what I'm about to tell you is not normal. You know, on computers, the pitch raises a little bit when pressing an up or down arrow key. But on the Braille and Speak, especially on the original, the pitch goes really high after raising the pitch a couple of times. Like it would be normal and then go up about a few and then it would be really high. But maybe like 4 or 5 times of raising the pitch. So, and there's no way of setting the inflection. There are very few things you can do with the voice, the speech settings, no doubt. Regardless, it's still a Braille and Speak. If I get one, I get one. If I get one with Double Talk, I get one with Double Talk. If I get one with the Blazy Speech, I'll get one with that. So, like I said, in the comments, let me know if I'm right. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more Bop It videos until maybe a new Bop It comes out and I'll announce it. But, no. Oh, okay. I probably won't mind it, the monotone voice after a few days or so. I may not like to hear it, but that doesn't mean I won't use it. Yes, it would need a modem to connect to the internet. And no, it does not have a Braille display, according to what someone described. It just had dots 1, 2, and 3, and then a space, and then dots 4, 5, and 6, and then below that would be the space bar, and that's it. It only has like one thing on the side. I mean, it's very, very limited in terms of buttons and ports. Altogether, I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. probably one button. I mean, like 7 buttons on the face of the device, and a speaker. I mean, like, probably not going to be much use for it. You can hook up a Braille and Speak to a Windows XP computer. I mean, let me rephrase that. A computer running Windows XP. Alright, that's the... And I don't have a computer running Windows XP. I have a computer running the latest Windows operating system, but not Windows XP. And besides, Windows XP is unsupported entirely. Windows XP, the final Windows XP variation got discontinued last year in 2019, so so that's not going to be very much of help. Not that I will be transferring any files from it. I mean, come on. I mean, according to what the seller said, all of the previous owner's files have been deleted. Meaning files that the previous owner has put in the device. So that means it's a fresh restart. It may not be refurbished. I mean, wait, it is refurbished. It's a barely used, refurbished Braille and Speak product or device. I don't have it in my hands. In fact, it's not even here. But if I do get one, it should at least be in good condition. I mean, come on. It's a 2000s product. It's going to have some wear and tear from over the years of being used. It's mainly for students in school, but for a person who likes using products like any technology that relies, that has to do with, Braille and the screen reader. Just look at today's technology for blind people. We got JAWS for Windows, Freedom Scientific's screen reader. Screen reader. And by the way, Freedom Scientific partnered with APH to make the Scholar version of the Braille and Speak. Anyways, yeah, there's that. Why am I all of a sudden going from talking about bopping to talking about technology? Well, my friends, you want to know? Well, there's one reason for that. It's because I always get excited when it's a possibility of me getting a new piece of tech. And on that video about the unseen Star Wars location, I promised in the description I'd give a new perspective on old technology and toys and games. Well, maybe not games, but technology and toys. Blah. Maybe not as much as toys, but technology probably. Well, that's it.